What's up, everyone? My name is Dora. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm showing you how to make a cheery summertime body scrub. I used bright colors and put a hot pink Flamingo mini soap on top. This scrub is stunning, plus it's quick and easy to make. You only need 3 ingredients. Aside from being stunning, it's also an amazing body scrub. It goes on easy, you can use a little or a lot. The scrub cleanses and exfoliates. Your skin will be squeaky clean after, and if you use my recipe, it will also smell amazing. You know, I actually formulated a completely different scrub this week. I filmed the video and everything and was just like, nah, that's boring. Let's do a fun, cheery summertime scrub. Please read the description for important information like the recipe, tips, updates, the supply list, and more. You don't have to follow it exactly or even close to get great results. First, whip up your soap base. Once it's light and fluffy, add fragrance. Fizz Fairy sent me fragrance samples, and I'm using Brazilian Crush Cheirosa. This is one of the best scents I've ever smelled. It's hard to explain, but to me it smells like a girly perfume with notes of cherry and vanilla. It is insane how good this scent is. Next, stir in the exfoliant. You don't have to add anything. You could just keep it as whipped soap, but I always add exfoliant because I love the way it feels. I even added Epsom salt for a more rigorous and thorough exfoliation. I suggest feeling it and testing it out as you're making it. Just keep adding exfoliant until it feels right and you get the perfect grit suited to your skin. I am using Bloom dye in liquid form. Click the icon for that tutorial. Add colors randomly to the piping bag. Quick tip, always use 2 bags when piping a thick formulation. I linked the ones I'm using, which are the best that I've found so far. I am using a 902 tip. Gently pipe the scrub in the container with little movement. It will spread out and fill empty areas as it's piped out. Move the tip up as the scrub is piped, and don't apply too much pressure or you'll smush those beautiful frills. Your piped scrub will stay whipped up in position and ready to go. I feel like I could watch this all day long. It's soothing and relaxing for some reason. Or you can use this tip to pipe swirls rather than frills. Honestly, I'd rather this tip for the gradation of colors, but I like the other tip for the frills. I linked the set that has both tips in the description. Last, make the small flamingo soap that goes on top. Chop the soap into small uniform chunks so they melt better in the microwave. Melt the soap, then add liquid color. Pour the soap into the mold and allow it to fully cure. The flamingos are so cute, but they're a bit thick, so I cut them in half. Shout out to Coco, my little rescue cat. I love seeing her in my videos. It always puts a huge smile on my face. She's so curious about everything. I exfoliate my skin on a regular basis, and I made this scrub mainly because I ran out, but I wanted something that cleans and exfoliates thoroughly without making my skin greasy. I also wanted to make a scrub that's perfect for pre-tanning. You know, a scrub that deep cleans and sloughs off all the dead skin cells in order to make a spray tan last longer. And this definitely fits the bill. I know because when I got out of the tub, there was a slight golden brown ring around the tub where this scrub took off my last spray tan. Besides all that, it feels amazing. You know the term squeaky clean? Well, it turns out that's not just a saying. My skin literally squeaked when I rubbed it in the tub. You can apply the scrub as thin or thick as you want, although if you use my recipe with Epsom salt, a light scrub should be sufficient. And on a very personal note, I think I'm gonna wear a bikini from now on. Watching this makes me incredibly nervous that one day I'm going to miss something and have a nip slip or possibly something worse. I don't know, but it just makes me too nervous. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you next time.